A little drop of history. Welcome.
What Homer didn't tell us.
For thousands of years, we believed we knew the story of the Trojan War. We believed the Iliad was the tale of Achilles, the greatest warrior of the Achaeans. We believed Homer was simply a poet, recording ancient memories of heroes and kings. But what if the Iliad is not the story we think it is? What if the poem hides secrets, omissions, and a very personal agenda? What if Homer was not an objective storyteller, but a man protecting a legacy? This is the story of what Homer didn't tell us. The Iliad is not the full story of the Trojan War. It does not describe the beginning of the conflict, the Trojan horse, the fall of the city, the death of Achilles, or the return of the heroes. Instead, it focuses on one thing: the rage of Achilles and the consequences of that rage. The poem begins with a quarrel between Achilles and Agamemnon and ends with the death of Hector. But the shadow of Achilles' own death hangs over every line. The audience knows it is coming. The characters know it is coming. Even Achilles himself knows it is coming. The Iliad is not the story of a war. It is the story of a man and the end of an age. When we look closer, the numbers reveal something strange. Achilles is mentioned by name 260 times. Odysseus is mentioned 153 times. Agamemnon, the commander of the entire Greek army, only 60 times. Why does Odysseus, a secondary figure in the Trojan War, appear so often? Why does he receive so much attention, so much praise, and so much narrative protection? Something is off. And then we reach the most suspicious absence of all, Palamedes. A brilliant strategist, a philosopher, an inventor, a man so respected that even Agamemnon trusted him more than Odysseus. And yet Homer never mentions him. Not once, not a single line. But other ancient writers tell us exactly what happened. Odysseus hated Palamedes. He framed him for treason. He forged evidence. He manipulated the army. And Palamedes was executed by stoning. A brutal, humiliating death. So why does Homer erase him? Why pretend he never existed? Unless Homer had a reason to protect Odysseus. In the Roman period, Emperor Hadrian asked the Oracle of Delphi who Homer truly was. The oracle answered, "Homer is the grandson of Odysseus." If this is true, everything changes. It means Homer learned the stories of the Trojan War from Odysseus himself. It means the Iliad reflects the version told in Ithaca. It means Odysseus's enemies disappear, his rivals are diminished, his mistakes are softened, and his greatest crime, the murder of Palamedes, is erased. The Iliad becomes not just a poem, but a family legacy, a story crafted to protect the reputation of a grandfather. If Homer truly descended from Odysseus, then the Iliad becomes a political document, a carefully shaped narrative designed to control how history remembers the war. In the Iliad, Odysseus is always the voice of reason. He is wise when others are foolish. He is brave when others hesitate. He is loyal when others betray. He is indispensable. But outside the Iliad, in other ancient sources, Odysseus is not always noble. He is cunning, manipulative, and a master of deception. A man who wins not by strength, but by strategy, and sometimes by treachery. So which version is true?
The answer may depend on who is telling the story.
Beneath the surface, the Iliad hides another rivalry: Achilles and Odysseus, two men who represent two different worlds. Achilles is the last great hero of the old age, a warrior of pure strength, honor, and destiny. He fights openly, directly, without deception. He is the embodiment of heroic clarity. Odysseus is the first hero of a new age, an age of strategy, intelligence, and survival. He wins through planning, persuasion, and sometimes manipulation. He is the embodiment of heroic complexity. Achilles is the past, Odysseus is the future, and Homer belongs to the world of Odysseus. So in the Iliad, Achilles is magnificent but doomed. His rage destroys him. His glory is tragic. His world is ending. While Odysseus survives, adapts, outsmarts, and ultimately becomes the hero of the next great epic, the Odyssey. The Iliad is not just a story about war. It is a story about the transition between two eras, the age of the warrior and the age of the strategist. Every story has its silences. Every storyteller chooses what to reveal and what to hide. So what did Homer want us to forget? He wanted us to forget the crimes of Odysseus, especially the execution of Palamedes. He wanted us to forget the political divisions among the Greeks. He wanted us to forget the true brutality of the war, the fire, the famine, the collapse, and the migrations. He wanted us to forget the fall of Troy itself, because that story exposes the darkest actions of the Greeks, including Odysseus. And he wanted us to forget that the Mycenaean world was already dying. Homer gives us a heroic past, not the chaotic reality that followed. So what is the Iliad? It is not a documentary. It is not a neutral account. It is not the full story of the Trojan War. The Iliad is memory, shaped, filtered, polished, and protected. It is the memory of a world that no longer existed when Homer composed his verses. A world of heroes, kings, and gods, retold through the voice of a man who may have been the grandson of Odysseus. A man who inherited not just stories, but loyalties. The Iliad becomes a monument to Achilles, a defense of Odysseus, a silence over Palamedes, a farewell to the age of heroes, and a reminder that history is never just what happened, but what someone chose to remember. The Iliad is not the story of the Trojan War. It is the story of how the Trojan War was remembered by the family of the man who survived it. And yet, for all its mysteries, silences, and hidden agendas, the Iliad remains one of the greatest achievements in human literature. Its language is precise, elegant, and powerful, every line shaped with a mastery that has survived 3,000 years. The poem moves with a rhythm that feels both ancient and eternal, crafted with a sense of balance, clarity, and poetic perfection that no other epic has ever matched. Beyond its storytelling, the Iliad is astonishingly accurate in its details. Its descriptions of geography, weather, and even astronomical events, including what many scholars believe to be a total solar eclipse, reveal a poet who understood the world with remarkable precision. Whatever Homer's motives, whatever truths he chose to reveal or conceal, his work stands as a monument of human genius,
a poem that captures not only the memory of a vanished age, but the timeless beauty of language itself.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the subscribe button, giving it a like, and turning on the notification bell. It means a lot to us and helps us keep going.